It's episode 95 of Delivering Marketing Joy. This time we talk with Mike Schenker, and he gives you 2 tips you need to know if you're in sales. Hey there, and welcome to another edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. I am your host, Kirby Hasseman, and I am super excited today. I get my buddy Mike Schenker from Mike Schenker Consulting is joining me. Mike, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank you. I'm thrilled and honored and confused to be here. Delivering Marketing Joy and Mike Schenker. It's just not a natural fit. I mean, I don't know if you're looking to do a spin-off Delivering Marketing Anxiety or anything of that nature, and I think I am the proper candidate for something like that. But you know what? I'm going through some changes here, and let's stretch what Mike Schenker can do just a little bit.
I like it. So, well, it was funny because I think one of the places where you're well known in our industry, in the promotional products industry, is you manage, for lack of a better term, kind of a promotional products professionals page. And I just think that's interesting. I think a lot of people know you from that. So what was the inspiration for you for becoming a part of that, and how do you think that group has evolved?
Evolution in that group, again, might not be the right combination there, but you know what? It's a great group of people. This group, Promotional Product Professionals on Facebook, was founded by Lisa Bibb several years ago, and she has done a tremendous job of really networking people together when they are truly internationally bound. I mean, we've got people all over the globe, I'm thrilled to say, and Lisa has done a great service in bringing us all together. She got me involved, or I think I may have forced my way in. It became almost a full-time job for her, and I believe she has more than one of those to begin with. So I volunteered to help out, by way of policing it, by way, it's the old herding cats, and that's really what we do quite often. We let the children play, they put through their inquiries, people respond to it. Every so often it gets just a little bit out of hand, and that's where Lisa or I need to step in and just remind us to everybody needs to get along here. And sometimes we do kind of get off of that, and it does tend to skew personally from time to time. We need to remember that not everyone has 30 plus years of experience. Sure. Some are new. And I think the worst inquiry we ever get is, where can I get this pen?
Right.
Really? Come on. Make an effort. And that's what bothers me from time to time. Make an effort. Have you done any of this research on your own? But again, I need to remember my own credo, which is, remember, we've got some new people here who don't know where to get that pen. So that was the genesis for the group. Let's help each other out. Yeah. Right now we've got close to 3,500 people in the group. There are probably 17 people that are actively involved, but it's still a large number of people. And again, for the most part, we're here to help, and we're here to help each other. And again, my attitude, it's for the good of the industry. What was the question?
Yeah, no, actually, one of the things I love, though, Mike, is I really do think when it's at its core and when it's at its best is when we are helping each other, grow our business and grow our expertise. And so I appreciate your effort on that. And so, kind of speaking of your effort, I also know that you create content. You write articles for Promo Corner in our industry. Why do you think, from a personal branding standpoint, from a business branding standpoint, why is content creation so important today?
It's funny because I just submitted my most recent column last night. Mm-hmm. I have been writing for identity marketing since the second issue of the magazine. I set a precedent with the first issue, which was I missed the deadline, and I have pretty much managed to remain consistent in that regard. When I started out, and boy, what was it, about 20 years ago that they began? When I started out, it was very dry. It was very basic content. It was about the industry. It was about sales. It was about marketing. And, if I had to look back, and yes, I do have copies of all of my work, I would have to believe that those are some of the most deadly, dull pieces of literature ever produced. And to their credit at the magazine, they left me alone. And they let this just happen. And to use yet another hackneyed phrase, I found my voice. And people tell me that they are entertained by some of what I write. Yeah, there is a lot of alleged humor in the columns. I start off with a specific topic in mind. I tend to wander a lot. I mean,
yeah, I'm getting that.
It goes on and on. Eventually, it does circle back, though, and I think I make a point in most of these. Content, to your question, content is crucial, because otherwise, boy, I'd be afraid to see what I might actually come up with. I'll be honest with you, it is often a struggle to come up with fresh content. It used to be I was bi-monthly, not that there's anything wrong with that, but now I've been a monthly columnist for a couple of years now, and admittedly it has gotten harder and harder to get fresh material. But somehow I manage, and I manage by what is all around me. Quite often it is the world around me, and wonderful case in point, we've just come off of the two nominating conventions. How much promotional merchandise did you see on television at those conventions? There's a column right there, and we can spend so much time just talking about all of the merchandise, all of that logoed material that passed through Cleveland and Philadelphia. So content is all around. It's really just a matter of pulling it out of the air and putting it on paper, metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, no, it's, as you said, I mean, it is a grind, but if you're paying attention, there are some things out there. So you mentioned earlier several times in the interview that, you've been in the industry for some time. So, and whether it's this industry or any industry, I think that there's always tips that people can garner when it comes to sales. So do you have any that you've gained that you could share for some sales newbies, regardless of industry?
Advice for the newbies, huh? my biggest advice, and this isn't necessarily just within sales, but I think this is a universal thing. Listen a lot. Take as many educational courses as you can get. Those that are offered by your local regional association, those that are offered by PPAI, by ASI, even go outside of the industry, but learn, be professional. I can't preach that enough. I mean, there are, again, I'm doing this a long time, and I started out as a distributor and not very well. But I was that kind of guy working out of the car. I had the samples in the trunk, and I didn't necessarily put forth the most professional presentation. There are enough of those people that are still out there. Up your game. Study, learn, network, and that's where the promotional product professional group can come in handy. Learn from what you're seeing in that group. Promo Kitchen, I just recently became a mentor there, and feel free, find me there, and I'll be more than willing to help out. But it's all about increasing the level of professionalism in you, the listener, and for the good of the industry as a whole. So, yeah, everybody out there, do it.
Yeah.
Do whatever is available to you. So much of this is out there for free. Take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's great advice. Listen more, learn more. Regardless of profession, I think those are two really sage pieces of advice. Well, you've answered my 3 questions. I give everybody the chance to ask me one question. So, can I fire? You got one queued up for me?
I do. As you know, I did have a couple of ideas, but I'll just stick with the one.
Okay.
That you agreed to, and that's the only reason I've managed to make this cut here. You too. You've been doing this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
My background is no secret. I went to school for broadcasting, wanting to be that deep, resonating voice on your FM dial. You see how well that worked out. What about you? What would you have been doing had it not been for the wonderful world of imprinted products?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've always been entrepreneurial. So regardless of whether it was this business or another business, I think I would start some business. I really enjoy writing and speaking. So if all of this were to go away today, I probably would do more of that. I enjoy that. And then, frankly, a little breaking news, I guess, for this particular program, but I'm actually in the process of starting a microbrewery. So if I were not doing the promotional products, I mean, obviously that's a place where I'm spending a lot of my time right now.
Shameless plug for Hasseman Brewery right there.
That's right. That's right. You asked, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so I really enjoy the process of business and working with business people. So I'd probably be doing some writing, some speaking, and then figure out a way where I can start a business that I get to drink beer. So
they'll pay you to do that? Wow.
Well, cool, man. Thank you so much for taking the time, Mike. I really appreciate it. We'll have to do it again, okay?
I would welcome that. Thank you.
Cool. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for watching, but wait! Can you do me a favor? Please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done it already, the way to do it's right over here. And hey, if you want to watch the last episode, check that out over here. Again, before you leave, subscribe!